Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Located in Atlanta, Georgia, the East Lake Golf Club is the home course to the legendary golfer Bobby Jones. It's the oldest golf course in the city of Atlanta. This is Rich Lerner along with Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, and we'll be calling all the action out on the course today. Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. Not in the fairway, but not too bad. Just in that first cut. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. And getting ready for the putt. This one has a chance, and he has it. Beautiful putt.
Oh, good start.
Here at the par 3 second hole, just under 215 yards. Appears to be tracking well. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Uh-oh, this one's going left, Frank. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
He'll need to be strong with this. One of the game's most lovable characters, Miguel Angel Jimenez, has this for par. Never a doubt, looking to make a statement today. Good chance here. We talked about the good mix of holes to start here at East Lake. So coming off that par 3 second hole, now to the very short par 4 third, just 390 yards. But really, with all of the bunkers and the trees and this green, it's a tricky proposition. Well, this one has a chance to be really good.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. That is tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another. Well, Rich, it looked like he just took the normal club that he would have out of the fairway, but you've always got to take at least one less when it looks like a flyer lie.
A little conversation, and you've had these before, Frank, between the player and the caddy right there. Maybe they should have gone down a club.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Ian Poulter for par. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Here now at the par 4 fourth at East Lake at 440 yards in length. And Frank, I was about to say, well, it stretches out now, gets a little bit longer after some short par 4s to open. Then I thought, what, 440 yards? That's another drive and a wedge for today's players.
It certainly is. The two bunkers down the right make you sort of send your tee shot towards that left side of the fairway, but you'd actually rather be in a fairway bunker than that left rough. And one of the reasons why is this green pitches not only back to front, but also from left to right.
Excellent looking shot here. Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Now playing the second here at the par 4. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That is classy.
Yeah, a chance of going in.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just ride a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Dufner steady as she goes, trying to make another par. Oh, what a putt from long distance, bottom of the barrel. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Drops for a birdie. And now the fifth hole in a challenging par 4 here. It is 520 yards long, and Frank, it rewards precision off the tee.
This is one of the narrowest fairways on the golf course, Rich. Not only that, your tee shot's blind, so you're not going to know where that ball finishes up. Fairway also tilts right to left, so you're going to have to hit that tee shot down the right side.
Good contact, good result. If the conditions are right, a player can take it deep here into red figures. Zach Johnson, and he's not one of the longest hitters, but he is about as good with a wedge in his hand as anyone on tour. Zach Johnson back in 2007 shot, how's this, 10 under 60 in the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola.
This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Second shot now at the fifth here at East Lake. Wow, way to the right here.
And there's rough over there.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Frank, anything you do differently from the rough in terms of your swing? You hinge the club a little bit more quickly?
No, normally put the ball just a little bit further back in your stance because you want the club to be going down. Down, it's got to go down through the grass, through the ball.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a master class in short game.
So in the first cut here, it could be worse. That is professional with a capital P right there.
That's stealing.
Ready to tee off here at the sixth. Tricky 209-yard shot. And Frank, of all the shots that we see in a season on television, this is really one of the most intimidating.
It is, even for these players playing in the Tour Championship. You realize if you don't make a decent turn and just leave the club face open a little bit or a little late on the hit, then that's it. That ball's gone. So this one will wake you up very quickly. This is pretty good, Rich. Maybe just a touch right.
Locked in on the read and the speed. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
Dufner will try to find his calling here with this birdie putt.
Great, too.
Beautiful. Well, Frank, we've made it through the sixth unscathed. And here we are at the seventh hole. And a little movement to this par 4 goes to the left.
Exactly. The first hole that actually shapes that way at East Lake. There's one bunker down the left side, that short bunker not in play. You would think you'd want to draw it off this tee, but really the best access to this undulating green is down the right side.
Frank, this one is veering far to the left.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it.
drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Second shot now from 100 yards. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Has 80 yards left. Frank, you know, Poulter's in some ways become the symbol of European Ryder Cup dominance. Has that passion, that fire, that unbreakable will to win.
Yeah, and that shows up here at Bay Hill when the greens get firm and fast and the wind gets out. The tougher the conditions, then that's when Poulter really starts to shine.
Pride of Auburn, Alabama, Jason Duffner with a birdie. Eyeing this putt for a birdie. This par 4 is a dogleg left with bunkers and trees on that left side of the fairway, so that should deter players from cutting the corner. Although often thought of as a birdie hole, this 8th has a relatively small, firm green surrounded by a deep bunker in front, thick rough on all sides. Birdies might not be as plentiful as people think. Into the tall cabbage, that ball is swallowed up.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Frank, what's the best way to get at the golf ball when it's sitting down just a bit in the rough?
You have to accept the fact, first and foremost, that you're not going to get clean contact. So you have to decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's going to fly. Because very rarely will it come out the normal distance of what you hit on the fairway. So if it's a little thin and wispy, chances are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another club.
And he has it for birdie. To finish off the front nine now, we are on to the first of 2 par 5s on the course, measuring at exactly 600 yards. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Wrong way pattern all day long. And this is just brutal. He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
Frank, he could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach, too. And Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Settles in over the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Poulter could use this. It's a birdie putt. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
So a tester from 4 feet. Count that. That's a birdie. This is the second par 5 to have been shortened to play as a par 4. And this hole requires that the tee shot be long and to the left side of the fairway. That allows players to see the putting surface. The second shot will likely be a mid to long iron into a pretty large green. And that green slopes severely from back right to front left, making lag putting from the back a real challenge.
Oh, beautiful swing. And the result is every bit as good. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Frank, what do you like here on the second shot at the par 4 10th?
You can see why a powerful player with a nice high soft landing approach shot really gets a benefit here. Because of the undulations, you're not going to get the ball to move too much on the green with a lengthy second shot.
Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Birdie try up next. Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a greenside bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sand wedge. Amazing.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Duffner has it for the par. Putt for par. Needs one. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Moving on to the 11th here, 197 yards. Frank, this one's offline.
It is rough and thick stuff over there.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. And now, pretty good chance for birdie. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Really? This is an awkward length. That looked like it nearly got below the lip, the level of the lip there.
Can't believe that one, Frank. That was a complete horseshoe right there. Shouldn't be a problem here. Good putt. Did the job right there. Now to the par 4 12th. It's only 391 yards, so Frank, where could a player run into some trouble here?
It's actually the green here, Rich. The whole hole slopes downhill, and when you look at the second shot into this green, it looks like it pitches back to front, but that's an optical illusion. When you get onto this green, it's actually relatively flat, but you'd swear the green slopes towards you.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
This is a good-looking shot. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
How did that not go in?
Well, Frank, you hear it so often. This is a game of dealing with your miscues.
That's the beauty of this game of golf. It giveth and it taketh away.
That shot falls. We're a birdie. This is a par 4 that will test the players. 476 yards, the 13th hole. And Frank, it's a good driving hole.
It certainly is. It plays closer to 500 yards because you're going uphill. Avoid the two bunkers on the left. That's a given there. You can see those off the tee. And that second shot, make sure you take enough club to carry that bunker on the left.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Wouldn't say he's ecstatic, but not unhappy either.
About 24 feet. There'll be a lot of players much further away than that on this hole.
Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Do that. These putts keep the round together. Let's keep it going now at the 14th, 442-yard par 4. He pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Not in the fairway, but not too bad, just in that first cut.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Now at 14, ready for the approach shot. Settles in over the putt. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Now a 7-footer. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
He has this attempt for par. He'll take par and move on. Just a little tap in here. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Well, Frank, here at the 15th, this is the spot where a player has to make a move if he's trailing 525 yards. At last, a par 5.
Yes, players like Henrik Stenson, who have won here, have actually hit 3-wood off this tee and just playing it slightly left of those two bunkers on the corner and then left with like a 2-iron or even a utility club to get it up quickly, because that second shot is very, very severely uphill.
And the tee shot ends up in the bunker.
climb.
Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot. Frank, that was the right thing to do.
Yeah, there was no advantage to try and get any more out of that. Smart shot.
Big swing coming up here at the par 5 15th.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Well, too bad. He'll have to play from the bunker. A familiar waggle of Jason Dufner getting set for the approach. Good-looking shot right here. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Great professionals, Frank, they don't fear the greenside bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options. And you don't have to hit the ball first.
Here's the man with the best ponytail in the game. He's also a pretty good putter. Miguel Angel Jimenez for birdie. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in. Oh, another one goes in.
This picturesque hole providing a commanding view of the Atlanta skyline and East Lake Golf Club. The fairway narrows to 25 yards in width, 278 yards from the tee, making driving accuracy a premium on this long par 4. From here, a mid to long iron is needed to reach the green. Two large bunkers await errant approaches into a large receptive green that slopes yet again from back to front, right where they were aiming in the fairway. Always a little trickier. Club selection is key, playing downhill on this shot.
Our computer gives us 23 feet, Rich.
Well, this is the point in the round where a player really wants to be focused, dialed in. Second shot here at the par 4 16th.
And coming off a downhill lie, so allow that ball to go a little bit further than normal and perhaps even take that extra kick.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Do that. What a putt. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frank, just some great golf here today.
Yeah, that's a round to remember. Not often you play that well and you feel like you were head and shoulders above the rest of the field.
What a thrill to watch. And for Frank Nobilo and our entire team, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Well, take a look at this site, Wolf Creek Golf Club. It is for real. Frank, I've never seen anything quite like this as we get set to call it for EA Sports. I'm Rich Lerner behind the mic, and we welcome you to this site that opened up back in 2000. It's a par of 72 with some elevated tees. Frank, what does the player need to look out for here at Wolf Creek?
Well, everything. Try and keep your eyes on the fairways, though. That's the only green thing apart on this magnificent venue. It's hard to imagine you can play golf in this sort of area, but it's so well defined. Obviously, anything green is golf course, and left or right of that, you're going to find yourself in some problems. But really trying to judge all the elevation changes. Ball's going to fly a little bit further in the thin air, but it's amazing on the eye.
Well, this one has a chance to be really good. Now one of the best personalities in the game, Miguel Angel Jimenez, ready for his approach. What a nice shot, right on the green, and a pretty easy putt on the way. Now the approach shot here to the first, and what's ahead, Frank?
Slightly uphill. You can see a narrow entrance, but the green's well defined, courtesy of that backdrop, so you know exactly what's going. The biggest problem is obviously you just let that second shot go to the right, but good chance to reach this par 5 and 2.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
And a great start.
Just a couple of feet. Yeah, an eagle. What a putt. Here at the par 4, 445-yard second hole. Severe dogleg to the left. What's the best play here, Frank?
That tee shot, Rich, is so intimidating, so you don't necessarily have to hit driver. Club decision is probably going to be important here, because if you hit driver, you've got to take it down over that left side, all over the canyon area. So if you hit 3-wood, you can play a slightly more conservative tee shot, but it is going to leave you a longer second shot to a green that's well protected on the right side by bunkers. But really, you know, if the wind's not blowing, this is a really good, fun hole to play. Look at the vistas.
Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Good swing, good shot yet again. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just try and aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two.
Miguel Angel Jimenez has this for birdie.
Good putt.
These putts keep the round together.
Frank, 227 yards from the back tee here at the par 3 third. This is all you want.
Oh, that's for sure. Plays a little longer than that, too, by virtue of playing uphill. Thin air might negate some of that. There's going to be a good shot just to keep the ball on the green. One of the smaller greens here.
This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt.
Could it be? Oh, what a beautiful roll right there. Dead center.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
.383-yard fourth hole. Certainly not long, Frank, but there's plenty of trouble out there.
Yeah, this is very much a positional hole. This is not sort of tee it up with a driver and just rip it down there. Just find the fairway. You're going to have virtually just a short wedge, 9-iron really at the most into this green. And really, this is a good chance for a birdie. So 2 good shots, and you shouldn't be too far away.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Headed for the bunker? Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, whom you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or 2. Aim the club at that and made sure they followed through.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Stroke that with authority. How about this hole, Frank? Par 5, fifth.
If you stand on this tee for the first time, you've got virtually no idea where you've got to aim. Do you aim it left of those bunkers? Do you aim it over the sort of the canyon? Really, the answer is how far do you hit it, because that is going to determine the line that you hit it on. Avoid the water, that little stream, but you can always have a drink on the way if you want it, I guess. Second shot plays uphill, but this is a relatively short par 5, so very reachable. But you can see you've got to flight that second shot. You want to make sure that ball's coming in nice and high to this green that's perched up. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Frank, I think that's going to the bunker.
Looks like it.
Well, he'd like to have that one back in the bunker.
Still a chance to get it up and down.
Second shot for Miguel Angel Jimenez. Safely aboard. Well, in the sand, but it has been raked nicely, looking for something positive.
Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet.
That's a nice lag putt. Frank, what would you focus on a long putt?
That 3-foot circle, obviously you allow yourself a little bit more the further and further away you get, but just expectations, lower them a little bit. There's certain distances, just take two.
And that one drops for a birdie.
Standing over his birdie putt.
And drops it in. Frank, standing on the 6th tee and looking out at this golf course, I can't help but think that if you hit it offline here, you're going to be playing golf with the Billy Goats.
Yeah, you might actually turn into a billy goat come the end of the day, that's for sure. The huge elevation changes, once again, are apparent here at the 6th. Tis a dogleg to the right, not really a driver unless you want to sort of bring that creek into play or that little stream that cuts across. Second shot, a little bit uphill. Those bunkers are really where you shouldn't go, we all know that. And this green is anything other than flat. A fun-looking hole, too, and a fun hole to play.
Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. What's it look like, Frank?
Judging by that lean, Rich, this has got to be going right.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Frank, really no problem. High-level players don't mind a fairway bunker.
Yeah, good clean lie. Just a nice swing there. Guaranteed the clean contact. The lip shouldn't be a problem. Still fly that ball all the way to the green.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Do that.
Could this be the start of another Ian Poulter charge? We'll see. This for birdie.
Really solid stroke.
Well, everybody loves the short par 4, and here we have one, Frank, just 302 yards, the 7th hole.
And this hole is anything other than straightforward, Rich. Huge drop off at the front of the screen that is surrounded by water. So it's going to be a layup off the tee, really, to try and get the right yardage. This green is very, it's not very deep, but it's extremely wide. The hardest thing is to try and get a flat lie with whatever club you decide to hit off the tee and get the right yardage. Otherwise, that green actually might be a little elusive, even though this is a very short hole. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole, this for birdie.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Just 5 feet left. Beautifully done. That's a birdie.
Will make birdie if this drops.
He's made it. Frank, this is the kind of hole that you like to drop a bag of balls and just have fun. Hit it all day long as if you were at the range. Unfortunately, you only get one crack, and you better be good. This is a tough hole.
Well, if you find the water, actually, you might get another one off there. It certainly is a tough hole, though, Rich. The stream going all the way down the left-hand side, or wraps right around the left and behind the screen, makes that tee shot... well, it certainly makes you think about that tee shot while you're on the tee. Prudent play, aim for the right edge of the green. There's nothing wrong if you just miss the green on the right, but miss the green by a yard on the left and pay a very steep price. Normally you'd be happy to take two from there. What's one going to feel like? Great putt. It's no snack, though.
Finishing up this front side here at the par 4 ninth, 390 yards. And what are we looking at, Frank?
Well, it looks relatively straightforward, but it's anything other than that. Decision time again. Do you lay it up into that wide area of the fairway? If you're a longer hitter and you are out here to have a little bit of fun, then maybe you want to take the head cover off because you get a little bit of an advantage if you can drive it over that last bunker on that right side, or at least take that out of play, because you're only going to have a short pitch in here.
Good-looking shot right here. That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Frank, he might like this one. He might like... Oh, he's got Wally, Frank. Just sensational golf, and he finishes it off with an eagle. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Frank, this one is veering far to the left. That one ends up in the rough.
That went sideways.
Frank, this one is right and is wrong.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
He'll need to be strong with this. Unable to square up the club face, Frank.
Yeah, it was always starting right, and it looks like it's staying there.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Rolling the rock, Frank.
Oh, and yet another birdie, Rich. Beautiful stroke.
Ian Poulter with this birdie attempt. That was well judged, wasn't it?
On to the 11th hole, we're looking downhill, 215 yards to the green.
And this is one of the holes that you realize you're at Wolf Creek. You would never see this hole anywhere else in the world. It's amazing when you stand on this tee. You see all of the canyons around, but there is a little green area down there surrounded by a couple of bunkers. It's a great-looking par 3. It measures 215 yards, very playable, and you never know, today might be the day where you make birdie.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Great knees, great hands in this shot.
Yeah, touch. You have to have that feel. You have something between the ball and the club face, so it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination. It's at sneaky distance.
Wow, what a birdie. Par 5, 12th, and Frank, another reminder that Wolf Creek can really be intimidating.
It can. Water down the left. They'll take a huge dent off your scorecard. A lot of fairway down the right. Somehow find that. This par 5 can be reachable in 2. There's still trouble to the right of this green if you get a little bit cavalier. This, without doubt, the longest green on the golf course. It's 55 yards from front to back.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that, hanging in the sky. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up.
Good swing, good shot yet again.
This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. It's a good-looking putt right here. You might like it.
Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on hole 5.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Thirteenth hole here at Wolf Creek, and Frank, anyone can say, oh, I'm going to take this one over the trees, but very few can stand up and say, I'm flying this baby clear over the mountains.
Yeah, if you take the direct route, obviously it's going to be much shorter than the 350 yards that it's measured as a dogleg right.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. This is Rich Lerner alongside my colleague Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We will be calling all the action for today's event.
Rich, I'm armed and ready. Are you?
I am. Battle gear on. Let's get it going.
Good chance at one.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Great start.
Just a couple of feet.
Oh, good start.
Now to the second hole, and Frank, I'd be happy to see something with just the normal amount of obstacles, say, a bunker, maybe a pond. Those would be rather benign compared to what we're seeing right here on this second hole.
Yeah, that's no love shack. That's a guard shack there on the right of this green, just past that bridge. So this green well protected on that right side. Of course, water adorns this island green, and tons of local fauna around the green. This is one green you do not want to miss.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Ooh, that hurts. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Now a birdie bid for Jason Dufner.
Great, too.
Beautiful.
A little bit of guesstimation required here. A little radio in the yardage. 216 yards to the middle of the green, and you've got to carry the destroyer. So this has to come down from quite a bit of height. Wind a little off the left.
Needless to say, tough defense setup around this green.
Yeah, well protected.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. On the green in regulation. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
Rickie Fowler trying to roll this one in.
Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Dufner has it for the par.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Okay, no problem with that one. Frank, here at the fourth, there's an awful lot going on.
There certainly is. Solar panels, radar tower is up and ready to go, so it will confirm the landing on the other side if it's successful. This rather long par 3 around the 230-yard mark, so this is going to be all carry. If it land that ball on the green, it will not run through that beach area. And of course the trees and the palm trees all the way around. If this isn't flighted properly, it will not find the destination.
Seems like too much for just one man. This looks like a job for an entire flight crew, Frank.
Well, Rich, we should dig ourselves a trench and see what happens.
On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity.
Second shot.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
And he has it, Frank.
I don't believe it. Now, blind tee shot. Got to go over those two rocks in front of you. Just keep it right of those palms in the distance. This looks like it's going to find the target.
On the green with about 30 feet to go.
So the shot has landed, I'm not sure if it's on the mulch or in the mulch. Either way, it's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he doesn't have much of a shot. You left.
This is a cross-country special. Oh my gosh, that hurts. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part.
Getting set now over the putt.
That is a solid par putt right there.
Clean this up with a tap.
Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Now up to the 6th tee. We're back against that destroyer. Frank, you need to take it over that small island?
Yeah, once again, you're going to have to pick a very good target in the distance. Now, we know the shared greens at St. Andrews. Well, this is actually a shared green just cut by that little sand path that goes through the middle. This green is shared with the 8th, but still, this is a long par 3, and for some people out there, it'll be a case of ready, aim, and driver.
This is a really long putt. Difficult birdie opportunity. Really no chance to go in there. And the computer dials this one up at 26 feet. In the thick stuff.
Thick, it's brutal out there.
And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy.
Oh, this is a huge putt. It's in.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. Anything you change in your technique when a ball's sitting down a little bit?
Yeah, you put the ball back a little bit further in your stance because you're going to get a bit of grass between the ball and the club face. So you have to allow for that and keep that club moving. That grass is going to be that grass is going to create a certain amount of resistance.
Frank, I don't know if it's legal, but a player might want to get a detailed map from high overhead, maybe from a bomber squadron flying by, just to get an idea of what they're navigating on this hole.
Well, if you can't call one in, you can always go up one of those lookout towers and maybe get a good surveillance of the hole, or even the wind direction. It's not overly long, just under 160 yards. Green sets up nicely, though, directly aiming at the player at the tee. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Has it, and that's birdie. Now at the 8th here at Paracel Storm, this is a relatively short hole, but if you notice off to the left, Frank, there is a basketball court, and that allows me the chance to say, from way downtown, yes!
Well, if you miss this green, you might be able to sign up too. There's plenty of barracks. You can just take a left turn, go into there and enlist. But if you want to keep playing, par 3, under 200 yards. And see if you can safely get on deck.
Duffner trying to call a birdie. He's made it.
This would be nice. A birdie on the card. See if he can make it.
Rounding out this front nine mission here, the 9th hole. Shot over the building.
I need to be careful. The front left of the screen is guarded by a tower, and anything right, you'll be ducking for cover in the trenches.
Been a real battle out here today. Just need to keep it all together.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
These putts keep the round together. Good putt.
Now a 7-footer. Start of the back nine mission. Rich Lerner for EA Sports with my partner Frank Nobilo. Frank, tell us a little bit about the 10th.
That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
That finds the bottom of the cup. We'll call that a birdie.
Now at the 11th, and Frank, looking out over the expanse of this hole and really the entire golf course here at Paracel Storm, it's amazing because we're looking at a military playground, but at one time you have to remember this island was under siege.
Well, right now this is almost like an obstacle course from one of the shortest par threes on this golf course. Seawall once again protecting the beach side of the hole. Plenty of green there to the right side. That's a nice fat part of the green. Really, it shouldn't be a problem.
Well, he's been doing this a long time, all over the world, making birdies. Miguel Angel Jimenez. Has it. Good putt right there. He has this for birdie.
Rich, this hole really should be called Shipwreck, that little lone island sitting out there, protected by the boulders in front, and just enough room, really, for this green and the tee for the next hole.
241 yards, Frank. This island green makes 17 at TPC Sawgrass look like putt-putt. Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Frank, sadly, I've been there too often. In the water, you get down on yourself. What's the right way to approach this mentally?
Well, you've almost got to take a step backwards, Rich. This can add up so quickly. So give yourself a little pat on the back, say it's fine. I mean, you're human. You're allowed to hit bad shots. But the big thing now is to avoid two in a row.
So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
He'll need to be strong with this. Just 5 feet left. Frank, this is where you want to step away from the controller for just a second.
Yeah, good. Mr. Good just met Mr. Bad.
And he makes it for a bogey here. Going right back to the large island here at the 13th, Frank.
Trenches behind will certainly protect anything that goes a little bit long. Left of this green, you better call in the Navy. Oh, that's off the beaten track. You got 5 minutes to find it. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
And he's made it onto the green now. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that. It doesn't go in, you got to add another one to the scorecard.
And that's where the golf ball's just staring at you and mocking you and laughing at you.
You know deep down it's smiling too, don't you?
No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
So just a formality here. Frank, here at the 14th, not a long hole, but not a big green either.
It almost lulls you into that false sense of security. You just see the green, it stands up like an old sand dune. The beach around doesn't seem to be that problematic. A few trees behind, really, they just give you a nice line. But beware of what looks straightforward.
Looks sort of like a deserted island, Frank.
This is way left going left.
And that one's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
And setting up here in the rough. Ten-foot putt left. In for birdie. Now to the 15th, and Frank, where exactly is the green here?
Well, I think you need the Jungle Book to try and decipher this one. A little short par 3 up and over there. There is a green in amongst that jungle, and even the green has its own little mini jungle in it.
This is one of my favorite holes on this golf course. Still some work to do here at the par 3, Frank.
Yeah, you'd think there with the size of that green, this green would be an easy one to hit, but that's irrelevant now. Let's see if he can get it up and down. This looks like it's going to find the target.
That's well played, and now a good look at birdie. Second shot coming out of the rough here. And getting ready for the putt. Right off the edge. Wow.
That hurts.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Trying to grind out a par here. Needs it. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Frank, coming to the closing stretch here at Paracel Storm in the South China Sea, the 16th hole, you look out over the expanse of this land with those solar panels, the battleships that are ruined. It's pretty evident we're not at Daddy's Country Club, are we?
No, that's for sure. Those solar panels just remind us, too, we've got to conserve energy before we get to the end of the round. Not an overly long par 3, juts out there. Those boulders, well, they really, I don't know if they protect or basically repel anything on that right side. We'll soon find out. The water and the bridge, they're also to be avoided.
How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck. Really? This is an awkward length.
Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold. Very bold.
See what Ricky Fowler does with this putt.
That is a solid par putt. So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Coming to the end of this battle, now at the 17th hole, Frank.
Yeah, the penultimate hole. Par 3, we've got to walk across the bridge to get there. And it looks relatively benign at the moment. We've seen a lot of things pop up. The Destroyer is a great reminder of that. The hole is under 200 yards, so within reach. But we've got to once again parachute in all the trouble to the front and the right side of this green. Ball has to be hit nice and high.
160 left.
This is definitely not going down the fairway.
That doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
I don't know, maybe lifted right there, just sort of peaked.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putter. Frank, what a day of golf we saw out there today. The kind of performance that any of the great generals would have been proud of. Schwarzkopf,